depleting our sources of energy. Eventually, there will not be enough fossil fuels to support our planet. We will need to find and utilize renewable sources of energy before we run out of energy. Solar power is an excellent alternative. Solar power is free and it is endless. There are two main types of solar power that we will be discussing today: solar heating for buildings and concentrating solar power, or CST.
Many people are trying to reduce their footprint on the earth by heating their homes or office buildings with solar power. There are two types of this solar heating: passive and active. Passive heating works by installing water or concrete into a building's walls. These substances heat up during the day and are able to retain the heat in the building at night. Active heating utilizes solar collectors installed on the roof or south side of a building, where it will receive the most sunlight. There is water inside of these collectors that is heated, then circulated throughout the building to heat it or provide hot water.
However, the cost of the solar panels is immense. It costs $4 per watt on the panel, or about $21,000 on the average 3 kilowatt rooftop panel. The roof prices have came down to make more Americans interested. These heatings are helpful on a smaller scale. However, CSTs is more promising.
Concentrating solar power, or CST, can power turbines and provide energy for factories and cities. Mirrors and reflective materials are used to heat fluids. When these liquids boil, they provide steam to power turbines. Then a different technique, called thermal storage, can be used to store this energy and heat for later use on a cloudy day.
CST prices are also relatively high compared to coal prices. Researchers must find a more cost-efficient way to create this energy in order for it to compete with fossil fuels. Right now, it is not as widespread as it could be, but however, it continues to grow. The U.S. Department of Energy plans to have this type of energy established in the U.S. by 2020.
There are many pros and cons to CST and solar heating for buildings. A pro to this is there is no environmental costs or pollution. Solar power is completely green and doesn't hurt the earth. There's also an endless supply, because the sun's heat won't run out for billions of years. An alternative to fossil fuels. We can't keep solely relying on fossil fuels. This is a second option. It also creates job opportunities. Developers and engineers will be in high demand if solar power becomes extremely successful, creating more jobs. The cost is still much more expensive than fossil fuels. The water consumption. Many countries where the sun is most readily available for power are also lacking in water. The water consumption with this power must go down so that we don't cause more problems.
As you can see, solar power has great promise. Without the need for fossil fuels for our energy, we could stop worrying so much about gas and heating prices. Once the costs go down and the system becomes more water efficient, the sun can become a major source of power for our planet.